Yo, Leo energy. Crosswatch is looking for Leo energy. Crosswatch is looking at Leos. Leos watching. The collective Leo energy. That's why we're here. We're going to be doing a career reading related to spiritual career. All right. So for those of you making a shift into spiritual careers, you already been made the shift into a spiritual career, and y'all want some insight. Y'all want some elaboration on the shift that occurs, because it's always a shift. And that's even if you've been spiritually inclined from the beginning. There's been a shift to where you said, okay, I was obviously born to do this. I've ran from it from some time. Why? And why am I feeling like I should do something about it now and get involved and not see it as a curse but as a gift type shit? So that's what we're doing right now. I may cuss, but I don't curse, as you've already heard, right? Just want you to know that. And if you do want my services or know someone who does want my services, go to the description box and there'll be a link that'll take you to my website where you can digitally initiate a meeting with me. Okay? All right. With that being said, I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to get into it. Pause. All right, so this is the past influence regarding this matter. Once upon a time, you were resting and you had some concerns on your mind. The concerns were revolving around your family or your home life, your domestic life. If you live alone, it doesn't matter. Still, same thing applies. All right? If you're a loner, if you're the black sheep, same thing applies. You still want to think about what your foundation is, what your structure is, what your law and order is in your domain. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's just you and a dog, it's you and a dog. And, of course, although the home structure is going to have, well, at least astrologically, the least amount of factors when you look at the larger scale of astrology, nonetheless, they are very important factors. You need a leg to stand on. And that's what the number 4 is representing. So these things that were hovering over your head were, pause, that's kind of, but they were kind of like pressing, you know what I'm saying? To where it was like, okay, I got to think about something. I got to do something. But you also went into recluse, like the Cancer energy would, rules over 4th house in astrology. So it's like you go into your shell and you retreat to home when you realize you got to only do things for home. You're not supposed to stay out there 24/7 around the clock. So in your recluse, you've rested to ponder on these things, to meditate on these things, to regroup your thoughts, more importantly. And while doing so, you've created a sanctuary for yourself. Even if you didn't get like all decorated and shit and get the, the ribbons and the bows and the whistles. If you didn't go get the stones and the crystals and the candles, you still created, you realized that your home was the abode. It was where a shrine would be or should be, was actually at home when, you spent so much amount of time in the field, so to speak, that you've kind of ignored that part, and you found some sense of richness in that. See, it's very, and I know this is a Leo reading, but because we're on the number 4, I want to still put some emphasis on this. Cancer energy, which rules over the 4th house, it's very often that they can find themselves uncomfortable because they're always striving to secure finances, especially in regards to the home. So when someone, Leo, and people watching Leo energy right now, can find the riches being at home, it's a special thing because it's another form of finances because of the abode, the comfortability of being at home, should you have it. I would hope everyone would strive and aim to achieve it. So let's look at the present influence regarding shifting into a spiritual career. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I think on the same note, right? I think there has been some, how I just mentioned, when you find riches in staying in the home, right? I think your present influence, what I'm getting here, is that you're actually reflecting on the past when you retreated and went into recluse to figure out how you was going to come out and secure some type of security, especially regarding around finances, right? But I think when you did it before, you weren't looking at the cause of why you were brought to that place. But this time in your present, you are very much aware of what it is, and it is reckless expenditures. It's not only reckless expenditures, but taking risks with people that you think could make like quick money, fast money, or just turn into a larger investment, a larger return, than is really normal. You understand what I'm saying? So when people come up with these outrageous numbers, like, yeah, you'll make, I don't even want to sound off on them but you'll make 80% return in 3 months and shit like that. You the type that got involved with that type of shit, like, word, because you just kind of sporadic when it comes about obtaining this type of security for your home life. And it came from a lack of independence, because when you confide in other people like that to make your money grow, it's like, damn, I actually need these people. So in the present, you're like, shit, well, last time I went in seclusion, I was by myself and I came up with a plan to secure my home life. So why am I not going back on that? And you might, not for nothing, you might have even seen and taken a look. You're watching this video, right? So you might have watched others do this, and you're like, yo, if they're making consistent videos and doing consistent readings back to back, or however often they choose to do it, but it's enough for them to come back and do it again, then there's got to be a lane in there. There's got to be some type of security there, or why else would they do it? You understand what I'm saying? So you've also peered into that, and you're like, well, wait a minute. I'm seeing that there's more independence in shifting my career into spiritual work. So let me look at that part of it, because I've made some shady investments. I've done some reckless spending, and not for nothing, if I was at home resting, I wouldn't have made those expenditures. I was just talking to someone not too long ago about how sleep is a great tool for organization, because not for nothing, when you sleep, you can't, what are you spending, right? Think about that. Even if you're resting, or when you're resting, so that's 8 hours of sleep, hopefully. And if you take a nap, or you take some resting hours to yourself throughout the day, even more, what we talking about? 10, 12 hours of just chilling, not spending a dime. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's like, not only that, but just not doing anything excessive or extra. So it's a strong component when you look at it. And you're starting to look at that like, well, the more that I'm outside, the more that this shit is costing me. You understand what I'm saying? But let's look at the main influence regarding this spiritual shift in career. 4 Pentacles in reverse. I think you've come to a place in your life where you realize that, like, for example, the shady investments that you made, people that you were codependent on, whatever groups that you're integrated within, that really doesn't allow you the space to be independent. That's what's majorly pending right now for you. It's like, yo, it's like, again, the more you're outside, or the more you're active, the more you're in circles, it's the more you have to dole out, the more you have to give. You got to take a cab here, you got to eat here, you got to eat. You didn't carry lunch. Of course you didn't carry lunch. You might look silly or feel silly opening up some Tupperware in the backseat of the car when y'all riding around in the Sprinter van, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, you brought shit from home? Yeah, why? We got it, we balling. No, you think we balling because we in motion. And it's like, when you making money on the fly, it feels like that. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, we just got it. We gonna spend it. We gonna get it again. But really? And I think you've been to that point where you're just like, well, hold on. Exactly. Again, it's like, you got to shed not only old behaviors, but you got to shed people that you're dealing with. I just had a discussion, well, a brief one anyway, about redundancy and how it's a sobering truth, and it could it could also be sad. Don't get me wrong, when you gotta shed old partners or old friends because you're in another lane now. You're developing something else going on, and it's like, if you don't do it, you're gonna catch yourself in the same cycles and repeating the same patterns that you've been doing. It's sobering and it's sad simultaneously. You know what I mean? At least it can be, but it's gonna come a time, and this is the time I feel for the Leo energy, that you're just like, yo, you know what? I would be much more well off if I stood to myself and like kind of held on to what I have. Because you haven't been possessive enough of your own things. You understand what I'm saying? People are even expecting you to be generous because you're there. It's like your presence is just like, oh, there goes the cash cow type of shit. Just keeping it a bean with you, yo. But look, let me draw a card to see what the advice is regarding this spiritual shift in career. So we got the Six of Wands in reverse. This is actually a Leo card. Okay, I see this. The advice, and this is a monkey wrench like a motherfucker, but I'm just drawing the cards the way that they come, pause, and I'm elaborating, right? This is probably going to be simpler than you think it is, because if you're shedding old people and you're shedding old behaviors, right, it's instantly going to look like you fell off and that you're falling off, that you're not able to keep up with the Joneses. That's why you're not at the events with everyone no more. That's why you might not even be in the group chats or in the tags of certain mentions of this going on and that going on, and you're not liking, loving, smiling about it and all of that because you're transitioning, right? So expect that people are going to be talking about you in a way that's not gossipy, but they're just going to have this perception of you that you're a failure. Like whatever it is, if they even get wind of you doing this spiritual transition, right? They're going to be like, they're going to look at it as like, oh, well, people who can't compete in the jungle turn to spirituality. I've even said it myself before, like people who are just tired of running the streets, they turn into church. I've heard other people say, people are tired of running the streets, or when they get into jail, they start turning religious. They start grabbing the prayer rugs and stuff like that. So time and time again, we've seen these types of perceptions from people, right? It's pretty normal, to be exact. So the advice is to expect people to perceive you in this type of way, that you're actually losing, that you're at a disadvantage. And granted, it's warranted coming from them, because when you're in a circle of people who appear to be getting to it, and pretty much probably are, considering the energy of this reading already, and it looks like it, you know what I'm saying? Every single day, every picture, every post, it looks like it, it's evident. And then all of a sudden here you are doing yoga raises and talking about meditation and teaching it online. People are going to be like, okay, yeah, they don't got it. They don't got the money to come outside and play no more. You know what I'm saying? The advice is to take that, is to handle that, even be looked at as like a disgrace. So I'm telling you right now, if you got family members that you're connected to closely, they're going to see the lifestyle change. So I'm getting that this is not going to be you handling as much wealth as you normally would. And again, we're talking about that's the major influence, right? Is holding on to your resources now, not being so generous. When family members or whoever is in the environment of people that you've been giving to get with that, they're going to look at you as a disgrace. So let you have some type of solidified position in the family, they're going to look at you like a deadbeat, or whatever other names that you can come up with to confirm that. expect to be looked at it like that. Um, you could even be hunted by, when I say hunted, I mean like trolls looking to trigger you and just have like ill will towards you. Like, because some people who are more physical, more out there, well, put it this way, people who are non-spiritual, who give zero fucks about that shit, they have the potential to come and hunt you because really it's subconsciously they feel threatened, because it's like you're in this vibe now that you know something that they don't know. So because of that, they want to out you, or they want to, make your life miserable, or make your empire crumble. And it's like, but you may be like, damn, well, don't y'all already look at me like I'm a failure, like I'm losing already? Why don't y'all just fall back and let me lose? And it's just like, these people, low key, they're becoming aware that they are losers. And that's what it's about. Low key, they're becoming aware that they're in the game, or a sector of the game that has actually been ran out of style. It's been over, and they will lose too much face if they even try to decide to take a route that you're taking. But again, I'm getting that these people don't even have that type of aura about them at all. Just keeping it a beam. So you got to be strong. This is Leo energy. I expect you to be strong anyway. But the advice is to actually be able to endure that. You might even be experiencing that now if you are in the field of spiritual career. This is the outcome regarding this advice. The Fool. The Fool. Hold on, give me a sec. Evolutionary, 13. Or another 4. 8. Abundance. It's going to take some time and some action before you recognize abundance in this transition. But once the traction financially begins, it's going to move quickly. So this is something to take into consideration when you're being looked at as you're at a disadvantage, and people are looking at you like you don't got the bag no more, you fell off, you're a failure, you're a deadbeat, you're all of these things, right? So really it's like, tell no one, pretty much. Wear whatever they're calling you, wear it. You understand what I'm saying? But that was the advice, and this is the outcome of it. You're going to have freedom. And you're going to look like this innocent person that is just like, well, why y'all have... It's going to be you're not going to have to say it, but your aura is going to be like, for anyone else who's watching you that's not hating you, they're going to be like, yo, why y'all fucking with them? Like, they're free as a bird. They can give two fucks about what you're saying anymore. They don't care what name they had in the streets. They don't care what name they had in that other industry. They're doing this now. Obviously, they don't give a fuck. Look at them. You're going to have this. And this is whether you try it or not. You're just going to have this aura about you that you don't give a fuck. You're going to be actually free. Okay? This is going to allow you to be spontaneous, meaning you don't have to be bogged down by the everyday mundane things in life anymore. Free as a bird type shit is what I'm getting. Like, this is going to allow you to travel when you want and where you want, should you decide to do so, and still be able to do spiritual work. Like, you're going to figure it out. So when I see this bag, it's just like you're going to be putting your gadgets in your bag and you're going to be like, yo, I'm fucking out of here. So, your haters are probably going to be mostly online. If they're trying to track you, like to truly hunt you down, I'm just seeing that the attitude here is to not even care. It's to not even care. If you get fixed on it, It's not telling you the outcome is the outcome card is actually telling you that that's how it's going to happen. Like you're not going to care. Should you take the advice of wearing that failure badge that people try to put on you? And it's pretty simple. All you got to do is keep carrying on the same way that you were when you got labeled this or you got trolled as that. But new beginnings are going to come to you because of that type of lifestyle, because of that behavior. And it's something that's being asked for you to know confidently that the universe got your back. And I mean the universe, I mean the universe. This is the 0 card, so we're talking about outside the ether, baby. We ain't talking about shit that's going on in the hologram, so to speak. So yeah, it's kind of foolish to think that, right? Like, oh, people are maybe even after me. People don't like me. People feel that I've changed, and I'm supposed to be this free moving, foolish type of. Yeah, it sounds foolish. It is, but I'm just doing a reading, yo. So before I leave, y'all, I'm going to draw a crystal card to add on to this and give some more clarity or some more elaboration, some more confirmation and correlation. All the Asians, right? Shout out to the Asians too. You might be Asian watching this, but just add on some more security to this reading. Word. And pardon me, slippery. Still new to this deck. Alright, I'm told to take that card. This card is the Red Jade. Some of y'all probably got some of these. This represents warrior, individuality, alright, and chi. Unleash your inner warrior. Red Jade is a stone of power, able to release anger in constructive ways that solves problems. Filled with chi, known as life force in Chinese culture, Red Jade enhances passion, vitality, and strength. Take action and move decisively. Red Jade enhances your courage, protecting and inspiring you as you move forward in your day-to-day life. Use Red Jade when you are looking to have exponential results, whether it's with your finances, business, or with your physical health. Good luck is bestowed onto you. This is an Aries and a Venus crystal card. So the main thing that I've taken out of this is where is it? Anger, to release anger in constructive ways. And I say that because when you transition from one group of people to a next, and people are like talking about you like that, or just looking at you in that type of way, and they don't have no area with it, like they ain't used to be down with you and used to be cool with you, that can spark some anger. And this is saying channel that anger into activity that is constructive. And if you know anything about the planet Mars, and any astrologer will tell you, turn anger into application based upon the desires that you wish to achieve in your life. And with that being said, I'm out, y'all.